You're watching Poland Daily. Good evening and welcome to the news. The funeral ceremony of the 10-year-old Krystyna, murdered inhabitant of the Polish village Mrowiny in województwo dolnośląskie or Lower Silesia Voivodeship, was held today at the chapel at the cemetery in the city of Żarów.
Before the funeral, the mother of the murdered girl asked the participants to wear white and blue, her daughter's favorite colors. On June 13th, around 1 p.m., 10-year-old Krystyna left home for school in the village of Mrowiny where she lived. She was seen 200 meters far from her house for the last time. Her body was found in the forest 6 kilometers from Mrowiny the same day. The suspect, 22-year-old Jakub A., was arrested on June 16th. He was accused of murder with special circumstances.
The Polish ombudsman Adam Bodnar accused police officers of improper treatment of detainee Jakub A., who is accused of murdering 10-year-old Krystyna and was arrested several days ago. The innocent 10-year-old girl was murdered in cold blood about 2 weeks ago in Mrowiny in the Lower Silesia Voivodeship, or województwo dolnośląskie in Polish, in southwestern Poland. The leaks from the police investigation suggest that the alleged perpetrator planned his crime meticulously.
The ombudsman, Adam Bodnar, acting under the so-called National Preventive Mechanism for the Prevention of Torture, issued a statement in which he expressed his objections to the police regarding the manner of detaining and treatment of the men suspected of murdering a child.
The manner in which the suspect was arrested violates the detainee's dignity and constitutes a violation of human rights. There was no need of using handcuffs. The detainee did not resist. The measures used by the police seem to be disproportionate in this case and are an example of the manifestation of the state's power towards an individual that should not be reached in a democratic state of law. We have a statement of the spokesman of the police headquarters, Mr. Ciarka, who dispelled all the doubts by showing legal basis of the measures used by police. For obvious reasons, this case concerns the public due to the very nature of this crime.
Nie do końca się zgadzam jak gdyby z tą konkretnym przypadkiem.
I don't quite agree with this particular case of this intervention, but I have no doubts about the nature and message of this communication. First of all, the state cannot be repressive to people who are suspected of such horrible murders like this one. And I think that it is unacceptable that the rules are being broken. The police use force only when they have to.
Nie może być tak, że są przekraczane przepisy.
Pan rzecznik też może.
Mr. Bodnar may also want to express his opinion and he is entitled to do so. This is not a good discussion and I'm afraid that the person who committed this crime can take advantage of this situation and in the future complain, sue our justice system for using inadequate forces.
According to the Deputy Minister of Justice, Patryk Jaki, this statement is just another disgrace of Adam Bodnar.
Mr. Bodnar is a typical representative of the Civic Platform Party's way of thinking. They care about the poor murderers and not about the family of this murdered girl.
The murder took place on June 13th. The girl was kidnapped on her way home from school. The 10-year-old was supposed to get into the car of Jakub A., who was in love with her mother. Krystyna's body was found in the forest 6 kilometers from the place where she lived. Jakub A. is held in custody.
In an interview for the RMF radio station asked about Donald Tusk's candidacy for the president of the European Commission, the Prime Minister of Poland, Mateusz Morawiecki, said that this candidacy did not appear in the public space. The Rzeczpospolita newspaper wrote an article about Tusk's candidacy.
There
was no discussion regarding this subject. This variant is not taken into account by anyone. This matter did not appear in the public space. During a press conference, Mr. Juncker and Tusk himself made a joke out of it. According to the survey made by Estimator for the dorzeczy.pl website, if the Polish parliamentary election were held today, the Law and Justice Party, or Prawo i Sprawiedliwość, would win by getting 49.9% of the votes. The opposition Civic Platform Party would get 22.7% of support.
If the Polish parliamentary elections were held today, one more political party would cross the election threshold, and that would be Robert Biedroń's Spring Party, which would get 7.3% of the votes. The Cookies 15 movement and the Democratic Left Alliance wouldn't cross the election threshold. The survey took into account the opposition parties' alliances and presented the second option, in which 46.7% of the voters would support the Law and Justice Party. The Civic Platform Coalition, the Modern Party, the Democratic Left Alliance, and the Green Party would win 30.1% of the votes.
That was it for the news, but please stay tuned for weather, business and other programs that we have for you tonight.